Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. Happy Saturday morning to you. Just giving you a brief update. So I'm kind of running thin on inventory. So I'm going to try to work hard today and get a couple of units ready. I got a few pushers here. I've had a few people that have reached out. They want to come out and see what I got. So these pushers are all ready to go, kind of thin pickings. I kind of worked on this Toro recycler the other day. I went through the carb. Carb was really rusty. The only thing I got to do to this is the side trap door there fell off. I got to put the rod in and respring that. That I'll advertise the Toro. So that's one of the cell propel that I got ready to go. I got another Crafty that came back. Customer said it would start and stall. So what I ended up doing for him is I had these hyper tough new self-propelled mowers in the box I bought for $160 each at the beginning or the middle of the summer. And I've been walking by them, didn't put them together. Well, this week I decided to put them together, which was relatively easy. Take them out of the box, put the handle on, add oil. Didn't come with oil. So he had seen the new machine, so he brought the Crafty back and said, if I give you some more money, will you sell me the new Power Smart? They're Power Smarts. So I said, sure. So I ended up getting $250 total for the Power Smart. So I put the second one together, advertised that, and I got a guy coming out tomorrow. He's driving down from beautiful Plant City, Florida, which is the strawberry capital of Florida. They have a festival every March, the Strawberry Festival. They have music groups that come in every day, famous artists come in. Charlie Daniels used to show up to that festival until he died, which is unfortunate. Like Charlie Daniels and the Devil. So I'm going to work on this one next. This is a machine I dug up. Customer of mine bought two machines. They reached out, said they were looking for another cheapie. So I think this one's been put together. The gas tank ID says a 2012. The recoil says 2001. So it's got a newer style deck, side discharge. I think somebody's put this engine on here. Another thing too that sticks out that's not right, it's got a short shaft engine. For these higher decks it should have a long shaft so the blade's closer to the ground. This blade's way tucked up, way up high, so you're going to have to put the wheels in the lowest position to bring this blade down. If you put the wheels in the highest position with that blade up there, it's going to cut it like 8 inches off the ground. So we're going to try to start this thing, but let me move back into the shade here temporarily. So as you recall, 1 year ago this weekend, my son and my brother were up at Barber Vintage Motorcycle Days in Leeds, Alabama. It's northeast of Birmingham. So that's this weekend. My buddy Matt, who's the vintage two-cycle motorcycle guru of Manatee County, including Holmes Beach, Anna Maria Island, Samoset, Oneiko, Myakka, and Old Mayaka. He's up at the festival, and I told him to look out for some parts for me. I got a video that's going to be coming up. I went to an estate sale and bought a couple of old Honda motorcycles, and one was complete, one was missing parts. So the vintage motorcycle weekend is vintage motorcycle races. They have two sections of the park are swap meet, and they also have a 4 or 5 story antique antique and modern motorcycle museum on display. So every manufacturer, every country is represented at the Barber Motorcycle Museum. If you get a chance to go to northern Alabama, I recommend you check out the Barber Motorcycle Museum. Anyway, I picked up a C105, which they call the Trail 55. It's a 54cc. I need some parts for that. The C200, they call that the Trail 90. Both of these machines are in the mid 60s, like 63 to 67 or 68. I haven't gone through the VIN to figure out production years, but that's how you got to do it on this old Honda stuff. Figure out what the production number is and try to match it up to a year. But there's like 4-year range for these, 4 or 5 years when they made the C105 and the C200. So I gave them a parts list, what I wanted for the 55. Need a gas tank, a seat, and some other things. So we'll see if he has any luck at the Barber Vintage Festival. So I didn't make it this year. I don't go every year. I skip years just so it's fresh and exciting. If you go every year, it's kind of the same stuff. Get bored, skip a few years, and it gets exciting again. Plus, my brother isn't in town, so that was another reason I didn't go. Last year was the first year we took my son. We all had a good time. I just emailed them both and said, hey, remember where we were 1 year ago? And they said, boy, I can't believe it was that long ago. Okay, so I don't know much about this. Didn't even look in the tank. Oh, there is some fuel in the tank. Well, heck, this thing might run. The fuel looks kind of crappy, though. It looks brown. We're going to happy juice it just to see if this kicks off, and then I'm going to go through the carburetor if we need to. Well, I'll do it anyway. This thing probably hadn't been maintained. I can see the filters shrunk. It's all dry rotted. Looks like the original filter. It's stamped Briggs, and if I pull it apart, we got a coffee cake. So we need a new filter. What else is going on here? We got a Champion plug. Let's see about oil. Oil's dark and it's down towards the bottom. So I think this thing was a Frankenstein. Somebody put a newer carburetor setup on it. This gas cap is the newer style venting cap here. They wouldn't have had that in 2001. It would have just been the metal cap. So let's juice this. I got a clip on the handle. I'll just pull and see what this thing does or doesn't do. Okay, so that was a quick start install. So I'll go through this thing, change out the diaphragm anyway. I brought out my diaphragm kits. If you got to change out the diaphragms on these pulses, it's the Briggs & Stratton OEM number 495770, and I buy them in 10 packs. They're pretty cheap. When you take the carb off of the tank, when you reinstall, you put the rubber down on the metal, then the paper gasket, and then you put the plastic carburetor on top of it. Sometimes if I have a feeling the plastic carb may have some warpage, I reuse the old paper gasket that I take off and then put down that first, the rubber in the middle, and then paper on top. Make a sandwich: paper, rubber, and then paper on top. If you feel you might have some warpage on the plastic dries out over time, and you may not get a good seal between the top of the tank and the plastic carburetor. So that's all I got for you. Quick 11-minute update. Hope to hear back from my friend Matt, the two-cycle motorcycle guru. Hopefully he has some luck up at the Barber Vintage Festival. There'll be hundreds and hundreds of vendors selling old rusty crud and some new stuff in between. So it takes quite a while to walk down each row and see who's offering what, negotiate some good prices if possible. If not, I just go to eBay and I'll order that way, buy the junk off of eBay. Because I've done a quick search, there's some sellers that have what I'm looking for, and there are even new parts for those machines which you can get out of Thailand. I don't know why, but I seem to find all that stuff matches sellers from Thailand. Maybe they have replica bikes or no-name bikes with the same parts. I'm not sure, but you can buy all the cables, side covers, and other junk from Thailand. All new stuff. Maybe there's a bunch of old Hondas still in use in Thailand, so they have some businesses making fresh parts. Anyway, you guys enjoy your Saturday. Thanks for coming out, checking out what's new at Tommy Time. Appreciate all my new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do that, and also tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing a great job. They really appreciate your generosity. Help them pay the rent and fill the gas tank. That'd be a good deal for everyone. Thanks. Come back and see me. I'll throw some more at you very soon. Adios, amigos.